go through the exercises in your pace. Don't put any pressure on it, and take it as an opportunity to discover what these exercises can bring to you in the very moment where you do them, and also how they stay alive in you, supporting you during the week and later. And when we briefly look at what we have been doing, then you can see that we are moving through different layers of our being somehow, yeah? And today we reach the step 6, you could say. And when you go, you relate it to what you could call soul layers, chakra layers. We somehow go from our solar plexus chakra, where we have been busy with last week, with the E and the being, a being of nature and spirit. Now we go one layer deeper into our belly system, yeah, where our resources of love also live. And the important thing is that's not the resources of love, the soul love so much that I love you, you're so nice, I want to connect with you, but just a deeper love, which is just part of our being, yeah, which we kindle through our connecting with ourselves. Yeah? And it's titled Resources, because we are really reaching the realm of where the etheric forces are really at home, unfold, the Jupiter forces in us, the O, which we touch through the letter, through the sound of O. And it's the theme is a little bit the thin skin. We now go really what we have to carry through this Cancer experience. Last week we are hurt, yeah, we carry injuries, and through what you go through, your skin becomes thinner just by becoming more sensitive. But also when you are confronted with neuropathy and things like this, the nervous system is affected in one way or the other. On the other hand, the nervous system is what makes us strong. The nervous system touches the realm of thinking and also is necessary for keeping our life processes alive. That's what I would like to invite you. And you will see that the practical exercise afterwards really wants to support it. And we start to say hello to these forces with the O gesture and the O forces. So if I can invite you to join in, please do so. If you want to just watch or follow us in sitting and making your version out of it, feel free to do this also. Thank you. Okay. First exercise 0. Arrive. Take time. Take time to arrive at yourself. And that's the basic gesture of everything what we do. It's behind our practicing. That's the attitude of the Eurythmy exercises. And then this letting go, and through letting go, enhancing your uprightness. That's the Eurythmy exercise. That's somehow the part when we do things. And breathe and relax. So maybe you understood what I meant. This first part is creating the general attitude, I have arrived at myself. And when I do afterwards things, I do it in such a relaxed way that inner growth comes from it. That's what this simple exercises wants to tell us. I take time to arrive at myself. I look around in myself and I let my inner react. I turn my hands. I slowly stream down. And notice my heels become light. And let your breath react. Exercise 1. Just stroke your thighs, gently. One, the other, both. And stand upright and just try to feel them. In a way you can say that thighs are the energy or well of our being. They have a lot to do with our life forces. So the exercises, we slowly bend our knees. And then we practice to feel our thighs while we come up. And I stay with my perception and sensations in my thighs until my legs are straight and I'm upright. Normally in such an exercise you would maybe land in your heart. And here we try to practice to concentrate a little bit more in your legs. Go down and slowly come up and feel your thighs. And the cream on the exercise is that you try to notice what does happen now. What happens to my uprightness and to the perception of my feet. Let go, and one more step or repetition. And when going down, you do it normally, maybe you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and when going up, you do it slower than going down. Maybe you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if everything goes well, you will feel your feet stronger at the end. You go down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you come up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And only then your legs are straight. And you feel your feet. How do you feel them now? And relax, breathe. Good. Now we do the exercise 2, the simple O gesture. O. Just speak O once, very slowly. O. And you will notice your lips become round, your cheeks become round. Archetypally, you can change everything if you want to, but archetypally. And this roundness we imitate. You have your hands here, and slowly you bring them forward and around in a circle, that when you finish the circle, the fingertips nearly meet. Maybe they touch, or it's just a millimeter between them. And then you let go, and the let go maybe brings you back to your center. You breathe, and then you let go completely. Maybe a little step. And now you try to bring this movement about through the forces, your inner activity in your chest and heart realm. So the hands and finger are perceptive organs. Your will activity is in your chest, in your collarbones, and this brings the arms around. And let go, and breathe, and let go a second time. When you do this, and you go through your arms, you will notice, or you should notice, or it would, how do you have to feel yourself that it happens, that this brings you forward. So the O brings you forward on the palms of your feet. It does not lift the heels, but the weight is forward. You start, your inner activity brings your arms forward and brings them around, and this brings you forward. And now what do you have to do that you don't have the feeling of falling? And that's what the O in its essence is about, that you create this sphere and then you fill it with warmth, empathy, attention in a way that it starts expanding, and like a balloon, the space between your arms becomes bigger and bigger, and you feel the tension of the skin of the balloon in your arms, in your muscles, and this presses also against your chest and keeps you from falling. So let's try that we fill this space now with attentiveness, warmth, from the heart, forward. And now fill it. Let your warmth, your love, your attention stream into this space until you feel it needs tension. Tension comes about in your arms. And even a slight push against your breast, your chest starts happening, stabilizing you. And you let go. Come back to where you felt this push and relax. Those of you who have difficulties with equilibrium, maybe take a chair to hold on. It's not difficult, the exercise now, but it shouldn't become an exercise of balance. Yeah, it's just the exercises that you stand, you put your toes apart a little bit, just that when you relax, your knees just go apart. Yeah, we create an O with the legs. That's it. And then you come back. Maybe close your feet and breathe. That's it. But as Eurythmy is the art of contradictions, we are not just going down. And the O belongs to the thighs, yeah? In a certain way. So take your toes apart again. And then let go, yeah? Relax your pelvis, that you really have the feeling you sink into the sphere down there. Then say hello to your thighs and then invite them to create energy, to expand a little bit. And now you see the expression of the legs becomes much rounder. And then let go again. And breathe. And don't put any pressure into it. Do not get a cramp. Create this expansion in the most possible relaxed way. Again, toes apart. And now when we try to expand, we try to notice it creates an atmosphere around you, a protective sphere of expansion and protection. You let go from your heart. You relax your pelvis. You feel, yeah, it's round, and then the thighs start growing, and you feel that they create something you can feel. You are embedded in something around, maybe up to here, maybe here, whatever. And then relax. Keep this feeling of surroundedness, yeah, being embedded, alive, When you relax, become upright and breathe again. Exercise 3 we do in it's already exercise 4. It's that we now walk a circle. And those who cannot walk, they just indicate with their arms, what we do walking, those who stand. And it's not a large circle, just a small one. You stand at the back of the space you have available. And you imagine maybe make 4 or 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, and close your legs. That's my front place. And then go backwards, where you come from, and you practice not to hit the cupboard behind you. Okay, here you stand, there's my point. And then you make half a circle forward to this point where you just stood. And I like starting to the right, and you afterwards can also try the other way around. Both is right, and you just experience the difference. So let's start to the right, half a circle, and stay frontally, and then stop where you stood. And then continue half the circle backwards, to where you started, to the other side. You go there, you go back, and somehow you arrive where you started. And now you again notice when your hips look forward, and it's really the hip area which you try to keep frontal, then your feet have to improvise a lot. And if they have difficulties like I now, how do I do it? Then enjoy this fantasy which then starts happening. Okay, again, to the right, half a circle forward. Stop. And half a circle backwards. And the main objective is halfway return and not having bumped into something. And when you've arrived home, perfect. And now we practice, because with the O, we say hello to the etheric forces somehow. That's why we started to work with the legs and create the O from down here, the surrounding. And now the sphere down there has a lot to do with the etheric, the life forces. And now we use the hand to just show or draw this, invite the body to walk this circle, and then this hand is in the front. Then take the other hand and just continue drawing the circle and finishing it until you have arrived back where you started. And take as if this would be a lead, and your lower body is the dog, and you just take your dog for a walk. So you take the lead and you pull a little bit, and you push a little bit forward, and you push your body a little bit to the side. And then you arrive. And then again, you invite your dog, please come along. You tell him, come back a little bit, and then you push him there. And you can, if you have a little bit of tension in your hand, and you make your body receptive, also through a little oi tension, the dialogue can happen. And if it does not, you just do what's possible. Okay, you invite your body, come forward, arrive. You breathe, and you take to the second part. Left, behind. And it's like walking beautiful nature. It's very peaceful. The more peaceful it is, the more you profit from it. And we do it the last time. Why do I stop in front? Why do I not just walk a circle? Is that we also become aware that we have we walk in our left side forward, and we change into our left side and walk back in our left side. Okay, last time. Little dog, come. If we take a walk through this forest, yeah, maybe. Or this kind of trees, and then we walk back here in this landscape. Ah, so nice. And we arrive. And breathe. The last exercise is again the O gesture. And there, the invitation is to notice that when we create an O in front, it also happens behind. When we do the O above, it also happens like a mirror picture below, and so on. So maybe we start with the O in front, what we did already as exercise number 2. So we start from the heart, like all O's do. We create the O, it brings us forward, we feel it, and then we notice a sort of feeling of an O, a mirror O taking place behind us, like wings. And then let go. And for those who cannot lift their arms, you just imitate it very little, yeah, like this, and you feel it happen, maybe big down there. And those who can lift their arms, you just again start at the heart, and it's the heart forces, yeah, which bring the hands up. Create the O, make it round, fill it, give it form, and then feel the mirror O, yeah, going downwards from your heart around your belly. And let your breath react. Breathe. Prepare your hands for an O downwards from the heart with the heart forces. Create the O, and while building it, already feel the O around your head, coming from it. But you do the O below. Feel it. And enjoy a sensation of O also above. And again, let go, breathe. And last, we do it behind. The heart again is creating O in our back. Yeah, it can go down, no problem. And then when you feel it, you will notice it lifts the chest. Yeah, wow. When you feel the O behind, it brings your chest forwards, and you can start feeling an O in front. And let go and breathe. Now we do it without much talking, then we sit down and relax. O in front. Feel it also behind. O above. Feel it also below. O below. Feel it also happening above. O behind. Keep your upper arms out. Let it stay wide and round. Do not pull your upper arms in, but just care keep it big, feel it, and let it create your forward O also. Return to your heart and embrace all 4 O's which you have just been doing. Yeah, just have them present. So nice to have you here. Welcome. I feel you in my body, around my body. Return to yourself. Breathe. Relax. Let go. And slowly return to your seat and listen to the resonance. And what are your first views? Where does your view, your inner eye, move to? In my case, surprisingly, it's the right upper arm and the left upper arm, which are so different. And then enjoy this difference. So how do you feel your right upper arm, your left upper arm? How do you notice your bottom, how you sit on your chair? Is it weight or is it joy which you meet in your muscle system down there, in your bone system? The lower legs, do you experience more light qualities or more warmth qualities? Is it more just being present, or is a flow taking place in your lower legs? When you watch your feet again, which foot do you experience warmer? Which one is colder? And then look if you look on the level of physical warmth, or is it more warmth quality and quality of coldness? And it's hard to discriminate, but allow you this question and become interested in these qualities, more quality aspect, feeling like warmer or colder, not knowing if it's really warmer or colder. And your breath, how does it react when you start feeling towards your chest? Does it start, expand, move stronger, or does it, somebody is looking at me, react like this? A little bit. Starting standstill. How do you perceive the back of your back? The front of your chest? How open does your chest feel towards your belly, or how closed does it feel? Or does it change when you look at it, from openness to closeness, or the other way around? And just enjoy being a sensitive body. Feel around, maybe move it a little bit, and then just let go and enjoy being with your body. Sitting on the couch with your body. Putting your arm around your friend. Yes, just keep relaxing. And last week we tried to do exercises with thinking in reverse order. And it's a sort of concentration exercise which can be strenuous. So for me, it often is. And this week, it was a great joy for me that it was a pleasure for me to do it. Yeah, I think I made a step forward. Something which was blocked, being afraid of doing something which is difficult for me, became joyful. And I noticed nice things when doing this thinking in reverse exercise. Maybe you want to share a little bit what you experienced, and when you notice someone you meet did not practice so much or confesses, I did not manage, take a little bit of time to discover maybe you've managed to practice but you just didn't notice. For example, I did not many exercises for myself, practicing it, and by accident I watched a video about a psychotherapist to work with pain in joints, and I was practicing these exercises. They were interesting because they described in a materialistic way, and I noticed it's eurythmy because the joints, they are nourished by being pressed first, and then when you release the tension like a sponge, they draw the nourishing liquid into their system, into their fibers. And so I was practicing it and experimenting, and only yesterday I noticed I was practicing all the time E. Yeah, and that was a great discovery. So take this week also to discover where you practice E all the time. Yeah, and support each other in the breakout room. 10 minutes. Esther, please send us small groups, 3 or 4 people, please. See you soon again. Anything you bring back which should be shared or asked? Good, you can always write to me, put a question, or you just go silently your path, just feel good. That's the only thing I really I'm concerned.
May I ask a quick question here?
Yeah.
Would you please provide us suggestions how to overcome worrying about the future or about our own illness? Yeah. You may provide us suggestions about how to overcome our worry about the future or about our own illness. If you have any tips or suggestions or anything like that in the context of eurythmy, thank you.
Gabriel, thank you. I just did not answer immediately because that's the deepest question you can ask. Huh? And it just became quiet because this question is so... Because overcoming worries, developing trust, but trust in what? When you go a path where you do not know where it leads to, and which has where acceptance plays such a role in it. Huh? Yeah. And you have already had lots of difficult experience and do not know what else is coming. And then not worrying. Yeah. And you cannot just answer and give her. Yeah. this or that. You can just make yourself aware that what do we want to touch through all these exercises, and also through the sevenness of the exercises, is a little bit, also the secret of the human being. Who am I in my depths? And each exercise, in one way or the other, touches a little bit the essence of mine. And connecting with this essence in a not just feeling there is something which carries me, which comes up in this exercise. There's a voice, in connecting with this. And it's just about noticing is that you talk to something very deep in you through these exercises, and practicing to develop a trust into this depth. That's not a quick answer, or not something, it's not a direct answer to what you say. It's just there lies something in the exercises which wants to bring this trust. Yeah. And that in all exercises you ask for, what do I meet when I do these exercises? So when I do the O, and then I'm not creating the space behind, but it's happening. And then who is creating the other thing? When I do the O above, and it happens down there, who is creating this? And finding a connection to this, and starting to relax into this, and would be as a little step towards what you are asking for. Yeah. And allow me to take your question with me into the next week, and maybe I can come with something next week again. Is this okay, Gabriel, Dari, and
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all. It's developing trust in the journey. And you know, I'm a man, and we men, if something is not if something in my body is not working, I get panic. Yeah, so what I cannot just, well, that's how we function, if our body is not functioning. And then so I can feel what it needs to be on a journey like you are. Okay, thanks for the question. It really brings you to what we are at. We are not just making exercises. We want to connect with what are things about. Yeah. And from there, yeah, receiving the energies carrying us. Very briefly, Esther, you had something very nice to report. Can you just bring it, just briefly?
Do you mean the one I report? The one I say? Yeah. So comparing to few weeks ago, I realized this week everybody moved quite well together and more longer compared to previous, and I feel very graceful when I'm sitting here watching your movement. So thank you very much for giving me this wonderful experience this week. Thank you.
So Esther was very happy what she saw. She just had the feeling something is developing the way you move. Huh? Everybody's just trying something, and yeah, you know, but unconsciously, yeah, this sort of trust in your movement starts happening, carrying you, and somebody else is seeing it. And that's just, I was asking Esther to mirror this back to you, that you know, yeah, you are developing something. Okay, now, yeah.
Here have a Chunqi have a comment. She said your guidance and the practice of inner thinking, guiding her, given her, help her a lot. So she want to thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, Now let's go through the exercises once again, sitting. Or when you lie, just find again your way of doing it. Exercise 1 was stroking your upper legs, the O legs. In German you even say Oberschenkel. The name is Oberschenkel for this part of your body. The O lives in it. But now you cannot bend them. So what do you do, please? Just do it with one leg, but you feel your upper leg. You pull it a little bit towards your body, yeah? And then you stretch it slowly. And then you place it again. And then you do it with the other leg. And look, that's a little bit the same what we would do when we stand. Huh? We bend our knees, so that's a little bit going into your knees. You come down. And then slowly you stretch your legs. That's when we came up, when we were standing. And now, and that's the fantastic thing when you study Eurythmy, to the upper thighs in one way or the other, the sound ka belongs. Yeah. So, and actually that's a movement of ka. Yeah. So karate. Yeah. And that's why I invite you to do the stretching that you feel you go through your heels. You pull your upper leg along. You feel your thighs. You stretch it, and you have the feeling you push your energy through your heels, not through your, you do not point, but you go through your heels. That's the ka movement, when you just want to go through something. But we do it slowly. So just slowly stretch your upper leg and then notice what this does to your uprightness. And let go, come back. And already now remember your breathing. Yeah, concentration, forgotten to breathe, no problem. Eurythmy says, and now the reaction comes, my breath. The O is easy to handle when you sit, and from your heart you start creating it. You bring your eyes along and you feel it. And you let go. And we can now make a step further. Instead of just repeating it, just speak O, please, once again, as you have done before. Just the sound O for 10 seconds. O. And when you speak O, you hear it with your ears, the vibration in your ears. And now you can do the O gesture in a way that you form the O, and then you let the tension create in your arms, in your body, that somehow this tension is like the strings of an instrument, which then sounds a little bit like O. That you start hearing the O in your body, or as if you would hear the O. From your heart, move your arms forward, bring them around, fill the space with sympathy and warmth. Let this create a tension in your arms, a push on your chest, a nice tension in your body. And maybe now you start hearing as if it would sound like O. And come back, relax. The O with the legs is easy. You have them. You feel your feet, your belly system, your lower system under the diaphragm. That's the part we want to address. Toes a little bit apart, heels together at the beginning. And first you relax, the legs fall a little bit apart. And then you bring energy into your thighs and try to make this thigh energy expand and bringing roundness into your leg. Lift your feet and create a round feeling around your lower system, and your upper body is like the sails of a sailing boat. Yeah? Maybe. Or you have it around the whole body. This roundness. Relax. Let your belly, let your breath react. So the idea is that you do not push with your feet to bring this roundness about. You do not pull with your upper legs. You create a feeling of growth, yeah, which creates this expansion. Once again, you just feel your belly system. You relax into your lower system. It expands. Or it just is as it is. Feel your upper legs. And now work with your muscle system in such a way that a certain yes to expansion comes, and then follow this, invite it, and then let your inner of your body react to it, drink it, and feel the protective sphere around it. And slowly let go. Do not let it fall. Carefully place what you have experienced on the table without spilling, yeah, what's in the cup. And enjoy the smell of your drink. Walking the circle is hard when you do it sitting, but we walk the circle to invite our lower system to circle through our left and right. I called it the dog, which we invite for walk. And this you can just do with your hand, and your feet follow just feeling wise, but with your hand you expand your lower system. You bring it forward and you let it arrive in the center line, in the center plane. The left hand comes, touches the right one. I take over. Yeah, and then the left hand starts pulling. Yeah, you feel a pull creating here, and then you start continuing the circle as if you would draw it on the floor, and then you come back here. And this week is about what you in anthroposophic literature you call etheric body, but you can also just call it body intelligence. And the principle is that it's not working through pushing, but through sucking. Yeah, you suck something. Yeah, if you drink something, you suck the juice into your mouth through a straw. Then that's the principle. That's how you invite your dog to walk. Your right hand starts, and you might need a little bit of tension, or just a feeling, or you think it. Come along. And you feel, your lower system feels it. You take over, you suck a little bit here. And you do it as far down as possible. And you return. And the last exercise are the 4 O's, with the mirror O's, and then the embracing final O. O in front. Leave it with the energy of your chest. Feel it. Notice your counter O. Oh, it came about. Yes, I feel it. And maybe listen into your body, the sounding. Remember the O sound. Return to the O above. From your heart, let it happen. Feel it. Notice it below. Hear this, or just listen if you have the feeling of maybe something starts sounding. The O below, you do just a little bit down towards your knees, yeah? So that you can just comfortably do it here. And now it's up to you if you feel the O diagonally or if you still feel it vertically above. They are not dogmatic, these beings, yeah? They know you want to go down, maybe it's vertical, or it's going diagonal behind. And let go. Breathe, do it in the back. Watch your upper arms, keep them out. Remember the growing O legs in the second exercise, the third exercise. And also here the O has the growth tendency, not the becoming small and thin energy. Let it grow into your chest. Feel what you do in your back. Also happen in front. Come back. And this was a lot of tension. When you release a tension, notice how your arms like it, and they fly back like the wings of a swan to your heart. And then, just very relaxed, embrace all four. So nice to have you here. Relax. Breathe. And let go. Just stay with yourself. Listen to feelings flowing through your body. Pictures coming to your mind when you look into your body. Sensations which are a little bit different from everyday sensations. Similar. But not a stable change. So is my belly below now contracting or expanding? My belly, something is pulling it in at the moment. Is there a feeling of freshness, stability, or around your chest? How do you feel your shoulder blades? When you try to become quiet when you listen to your body, what quality would you give this quietness or describe it with? When you watch the attentiveness, the inner gaze, you look into your body. What quality would you say it has? What names would you give this kind of look you apply to yourself? How is it received? How is your body receiving your gaze? Maybe you ask him, or maybe you notice it. Does it like it to be looked at this way? And let your breath react. Breathe. Let your concentration, your curiosity disappear and just relax. Breathe, and maybe you manage to rest another 10 or 15 minutes. But in any case, all the time do what you feel like. Not it has been said you should do this or this. But if you manage to relax and enjoy, I would invite you to do so.